And Zoom recording this info session so that if there's anyone that isn't able to join us, this is recorded and will be put on our YouTube channel tomorrow morning. Thank you everyone for joining us. Feel free to turn your camera on or keep your camera off, however you feel most comfortable. We are joined by the esteemed chair of the dance program, Gregory Dawson. Gregory, thank you for joining us. And we have a short slide presentation for you, just a little bit of overview about the dance program and then the assignments for the dance application. And then we'll take questions. You can feel free to put your questions in the chat, or you can unmute and ask your questions directly to Gregory or I, however you feel comfortable. All right, without further ado, let's get rolling. So this is the CSSSA dance program. You're going to learn tools needed to explore different styles of dance technique. You're going to learn how to begin the creative choreographic process. You're going to take classes in ballet, in modern, in improvisation, and in composition. And the repertory workshops and master classes will expose you to a variety of dance forms. You're going to get a lot of hands-on training, a lot of professional training done by, masters of this craft. It's going to be a really great experience. Anything you'd like to add, Gregory? If not, I'll just keep going. So the assignments that you're going to do for the dance application, you're going to be making an audition video, and it's going to have a couple of parts to it. So this first part is you're going to make a short introductory video. You're basically going to introduce yourself. Who are you? How old are you? Tell us about your dance experience and what you hope to gain by joining CSSSA. If you do something like ballet point or hip hop or tap dancing or other genres of dance, let us know how long you've been doing them. And this is just like your opportunity to introduce yourself, give your audition a little background, let us know who you are and why you want to come to CSSSA. That's a big part of coming to CSSSA is you're joining a community. So we want to know why you want to join this community. We want to know what you hope to gain from this experience at CSSSA, what you have to offer the community here at CSSSA. Anything else to add, Gregory, on this?
No, that's great. You're doing well.
Perfect. Then I will keep going.
Yeah.
So dance assignment B is going to be a warm-up video. So in this video, you're going to show yourself executing a standing dance warm-up, which is just going to show your technical ability. You want to focus on your strength, your stretch, your balance, your coordination, your rhythm, and you can use jumps and turns too, and any music accompaniment if you'd like. But so this, first you're going to do the introduction video, then you're going to show us a warm-up, your warm-up process, so that we, can see a little bit more of your background, or so that Gregory can see a little bit more of your background and your process.
And I think they probably have seen most of you, so don't stress out about it. Just, right.
Yeah, really good point. Thank you, Gregory. Don't stress. Don't stress. Gregory has been going up and down California doing all of these master classes, which we love that he's been doing, giving of his time and actually, putting in the time with all of the students, which is really incredible. So a lot of you on this call have probably worked with him. So don't stress. Don't stress. So we'll move on to dance assignment C. So you're going to perform 1 or 2 dances, no longer than 4 minutes in total.
No, that's not correct.
Oh, it's
We,
not?
yeah, we've changed that to, just 2 minutes. You don't really need to have a lot. Yeah.
So no longer than 2 minutes. So if somebody has already recorded their video and their video is 3 minutes, is it okay, Gregory?
Yeah, really fine.
Okay, great. So in this assignment, you're going to show a dance that you've either studied or choreographed yourself. You're going to start by describing your selection, tell us who the choreographer is or the choreographers are, and the music that you're using. Basically like your intro, you're going to intro this dance that you're about to do. And it's of note that no group performances are accepted in this submission. So if you want to submit something that's, that was recorded at your school or something that, a group of you done, we don't want that. We just want to see you for this assignment solo. Got that right, Gregory?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
All right.
And again, don't stress out about it because I've seen a lot of you, but it would be good to see you in a performance by yourselves.
And then assignment D is optional for those who do tap dancing. You can submit a tap video no longer than 1 minute in length. And again, no group performances are accepted in this submission. We just want to see you. If you're a tapper, if you're somebody who does that, this is optional. It is not required for for all of the assignments. It's just something if you want to slip it in there, go right ahead. And then for any returning students that we have on this call, we would like you to submit a brief statement on your reasons for wishing to return to CSSSA, explain your learning objectives for the second summer, and all assignments that you turn in must be new. So if you are a dancer who went last year and you want to return, again, tell us why you want to return. If you are a student from another school that wants to return to the dance program or wants to return to CSSSA, but to the dance program for the first time, again, we want to know, why do you want to come back to CSSSA? What is it that you hope to gain? So that's it for the short presentation. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share, and then we can open it up for questions.
Hey,
Questions for Gregory.
we like questions.
We like questions. Gregory, I have gotten this question. I'll just start it off here. For students who don't have as much dance experience, will they be able to keep up with the program? Do they need a lot of experience to come into the program?
There are three levels we have in the program. We have students that have not had a lot of formal training, and so you'll be placed with students that are similar. And you'll find during the session that your technical level will increase because you'll be with a cohort that will be in the same situation, and you'll be assigned to a class that will accommodate those needs.
And can you give us an example of what like the schedule is or what a day at CSSA in the dance program will be for those who are interested?
It's a long day. We start with ballet on some days, and on other days we start with gyrokinesis, and we go into probably stretching. Um, and the classes are separated uh, towards levels, so each level will have an opportunity to do that. On the ballet days, you'll go into modern after that. So the ballet also is we have three levels of teachers, and those who have not had ballet at all, um, you'll have a lower level, and you'll start with basics. So you'll have some information on ballet before you leave CISA, and so on. And then there are electives at the end of the day. Sometimes you'll have hip hop. Other times you'll have a choreography with me. And during the day you'll have contemporary and modern choreographers compose on you, as well as guests come in. So it's a full program.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for putting questions in the chat. I'm just going to dive in and Gregory will answer some of these questions. So Victoria is asking for dance assignment C, if she's already submitted her application on the short dance but didn't introduce it, what can she do?
That's fine
Great.
because I'm the one seeing it, and I'll remember your name. So don't worry about
Don't stress, Victoria. Thank you so much. Katie wants to know, would attendees live on the CalArts campus?
it. Yes. Um, it's mandatory that you live on the campus because the days are long, and security on the campus is very, very strict. They don't allow students, you'll find that out too in your student handbook, that they don't allow students to come on and off campus daily. On the weekends, you might have permission for your parents to leave, but you'll find that once you're there are assignments on the weekends that you'll have to adhere to. Like you'll have choreography with your cohorts, or you might even be choreographing. So
Mm, great. And then Sophia asks, what dates will the program run?
it runs from the second, no, 6th of July to the 2nd of August, I believe.
Exactly. Yeah. So
On the Thursday of the first, we have a final demonstration. So it is, and on the second, there's a graduation. So it's recommended that if you're attending the program, that you make sure that you understand that there is a demonstration where you'll all be demonstrating something on the first, and then on the second, we have a graduation.
yeah, so it's important if you have anything that's going to keep you from making those two dates that you're going to have to make a choice because you don't want to go through the entire program and not be able to
Right.
be in the showing. It would be awful. Okay. Katie is asking, they're curious about scholarships and how to process work slash learning about obtaining scholarships. Katie, I assume you're talking about financial aid. Please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But Gregory, would you like me to just talk a little bit about financial aid?
Yes, definitely. Please.
Okay, the financial aid application is available on that same online application. In fact, you know what? Let me also add this so you're not talking to a floating head. So it's available on the same online application. Basically, after you're done submitting all of your contact info, your references, your transcripts, and then your arts assignments, you're going to say at the end that you wish to be considered for financial aid. You'll click yes, and then you will fill out a little bit, you and your parents or guardians will fill out a little bit more information. You're going to request copies, request them to have copies of their tax information, either 2022 or 2023. If they don't have that, we accept other proof of income. If they don't have either of those, maybe they don't submit taxes, they don't do them, or they don't have other proof of income. I'm going to pop an email in the chat for you. It's comments@cesa.ca.gov. Email that, tell us what you're working with, and we will work with you to find a way to give you financial aid. The financial aid application, again, it's really simple. We just need that bit of information. We have tons of videos on our YouTube channel about how to actually go through the application. So if you're stuck a little bit, go ahead and hop over to our YouTube channel and you'll see me or Matthew actually going through it, filling it out. And then again, if you have any other questions, email comments@cesa.ca.gov and make sure you submit. We have hundreds of full ride scholarships to give out. Over 50% of our community are on full ride scholarships. We're hoping to up that to 60% this year. So make sure that everybody who wants to attend is able to attend. Okay, great. We have another question in the chat for the choreography slash performance video. How finished do they need to be? Can it be informal rehearsal solo footage in a studio?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is Victorine. Is that who this is?
Yeah.
Um, it can be something in the studio, yes. Which I'm just really interested in how you move. So it's informative. It shouldn't be something that you've done in a show, I think. Because and if you've done the workshop already, then I probably have seen you already. So
Great.
does that answer your question, Victorine? Is that how you pronounce your name? Say yes or please.
Sorry, we're in a car. I've never done the workshop before, so I'm a first time applier.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can just submit something in video form, simple 2 minutes of you dancing in the studio. I mean, you can create something for yourself, but it should be something complete. You know what I mean? Not not complete as bow afterwards, but uh, a complete showing of yourself.
Great.
Does
Yeah,
that
like
answer?
no lights or costumes, right, Gregory?
Yeah, that's not necessary.
Perfect.
I, John has a question too, Haro.
Yeah. John would like to know what you're trying to see from students in the standing warm up. Can you be a little bit more specific on what you're looking for?
Um, John, did you do the workshop? A workshop? Did he answer?
Thumbs up,
No,
John, if you
no.
did.
Uh, um,
Oh, no.
so I can't. So what basically we're looking for is standing. Um, how you would warm your body up, feet, legs, arms. Um, it could be stretching over, forward. It could be stretching side to side. How do you warm your feet up? How you warm your ankles up? Does that answer your question?
Yes. How great.
So don't stress out about it, John. I just want to see how you warm yourself up. It's not judging you at all. So
Great. I received a direct message of a student that asks, they've only ever trained in ballet and they have no experience in other styles. Is that going to affect their chance of getting into CSSA?
no, not at all. Not at all. Um, if you've had some classical training, or you pretty much are able to pick up information because there's no whole nother language you have to learn. Um, and we have amazing teachers, so I wouldn't. That's the last thing I would be worried about. It's you'll have fun.
Yeah, and be exposed to a lot of different other styles, which is so
And
good for a dancer, right, Gregory?
yes, exactly. And you'll meet great friends who will support you, and you'll support them because you probably have more ballet than they have. And Jessica teaches improv as well. So, I mean, that gives you the freedom to just let go.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Get outside your comfort zone. That's the thing with CSSA. So Victoria has a question. If we ask for financial aid, will things like food be provided for us?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Um,
absolutely.
the tuition, it covers room, board, all of your supplies, everything that you're going to need. And if you get a full ride scholarship, you won't pay for anything. You'll have 3 meals a day covered for you. You'll have a room for you. You don't have to worry. All you have to do is bring what you need, like bedding and clothing, right? Dance attire, right, Gregory?
Shoes. You'll get all this information once you've gotten your letters. I'll send you another letter telling you everything you need to bring. It's a full on intensive where you'll have to like bring hip hop shoes and ballet shoes and modern attire and ballet attire. We do recommend that before coming, that you don't not have any kind of dance or any kind of physical activity 2 weeks before coming because the program is quite rigorous and we don't want you to come here and hurt yourself and then have to go home. So we would really recommend that you kind of do whatever you do to be physical before coming.
Yeah, you've mentioned before, like come in shape, come ready, so you're not huffing and puffing, and not able to keep up, right, Gregory?
Yes.
Perfect. There's another question. So, Katie's student understood that they have already received a scholarship, but it sounds like financial aid has not been awarded yet. And I can take this question. Yes,
Yes.
in order to receive a scholarship to go to the program, you do have to apply for it. Like I said, we have hundreds of full ride scholarships to hand out, but we need to verify your information and you need to apply for the scholarship in order to get it. So again, just fill out that really quick financial aid application, copies of parents or guardians' tax information, other proof of income. Let me put the email in the chat. If anybody has any issues or needs some additional help, it's comments@cesa.ca.gov. Again, let us know what you're working with if you don't have any of the stuff that we're asking for, and we'll find a way to get you to CSSA. No student is ever turned away due to their financial circumstances. So if you're
Yeah.
invited to apply, we will find a way to get you to CSSA.
And
Definitely.
this the I think it's a student teacher, Katie Cullen. Yeah. So yeah, really don't. It's a very simple process, and there's tons of money for students. So, but they have to do that. Are you there, Jessica?
Mhm.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
still have that the file the it's just like if you apply for the actual program, you still have to fill out the information on financial. It's like going to university. It's like exactly.
Yeah, and if transportation is an issue, this has come up a couple of times. We'll find a way to get you transportation to and from CSSA. Well, we'll find out what area you're coming from. We'll either pair you with people who are already coming from your area, or we will, send a bus or a car to pick you up from your house, take you to CSSSA, and then drive you back. So transportation shouldn't be an issue for anyone as well. I have another direct message here that is asking about jumps and turns in the warm-up. If their typical warm-up doesn't include those, is that okay?
Oh yeah, totally. So warm up doesn't involve jumps and turns. I mean, unless you choose to send a ballet. Is it required a ballet? I don't think it's required a ballet bar or anything. So unless you choose to do that, um, I have had students send warm ups of them. Their stretching warm up is different than their showing of their dancing. And I've had students show me how they warm up for hip hop, which is really interesting. I thought I had a gymnast who was just coming into dance, and she just showed me how she would warm up for gymnastics, which was fine with me.
Great.
I pretty much tell how a person moves just by looking at them stretch, so it was great.
And if somebody is on point, should they bring point shoes with them?
Most definitely.
Great.
Most definitely.
So there's another question here in the chat about the financial aid application. Should it be completed before your video submission is completed? The way the application works is you can do any of them whenever you want, basically. So if you want to work on financial aid and get all of your stuff submitted and then go back to the dance assignments, you can totally do that. You can do the dance assignments before financial aid. Everything is submitted at the same time, basically. So it doesn't matter the order in which you fill them out. It should be fine. I see another question here in the chat of all the students that apply, how many dance students are accepted into the program?
It's growing. So, I mean, I would love to accept 50. It's growing. Yeah. The last year because of COVID, it was a kind of, the numbers were strange, but on a normal year is between 45 and 38. Um, uh, so it depends. And
Great.
hopefully we'll have more this year and the three levels will be completely leveled and even.
Great.
Um,
I see another question here. When will when will you know if you've been accepted into the program? So the application deadline is February 29th at 6 p.m. The CSSSA team will review your application during the month of March, and then notifications will go out mid to late April or at latest early May. You will be notified by email, and it's important that when you're filling out the application, you put in a personal email and not a school email. Sometimes school emails tend to block outside communication. And, we've had trouble in the past of people like, hey, I didn't get the notification. And we went back and we were like, well, we sent it to your school email and they blocked us. So make sure you put in a personal email that you can receive any communication from us, because you will receive the notification by email. Same with financial aid. You will receive your invitation to come to the summer program. And then in another email, you will receive your financial aid award. So you want to make sure you get both of those. We have another question. Has Gregory come to Northern California for classes, like north of Santa Rosa? Gregory, what areas do you normally go to?
all over the state. I mean, I live in Northern California, so yes, I am up here. The furthest north I've gotten on this trip was above Sacramento in Nevada City and Grass Valley. I've gotten to Sacramento. I've not gone to the North Bay. Past, I'm only to go to Sonoma for the weekend, but not for master classes because we haven't stretched that far yet. But we will get there.
Yeah. And if there's a particular school or like center that you dance at and you want us to come, let us know. Oh, Ukiah.
But
See,
Jessica was just up there. Yes, I could go to Ukiah. I just have to connect with, yes, the Space School of Performing Arts. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, let's put that on our list for next year for some more outreach. We
Yeah.
going to new places and seeing all of these interested students and getting Gregory to do these amazing master classes.
The I usually the state gives me I get a connection with whoever runs the space at space, and they fly me there. They prepare the hotel for me, or if I drive, I drive, and they will ask the space, or I will ask the space. I'll connect with the space and tell them the date. They tell me the date that works best for them, and then I go in and I teach. It has to be during a specific period, and that period is usually from November till now, like February, the middle of February. And yes, I do tons of master classes in Southern California. I've been down in Southern California more than I have been in Northern California. The state only has a certain amount of funds to send me places. So next year there's going to be a revamp where I don't revisit places and I make sure that the places that I've revisited before um, only receive one or two master classes because some of the programs are so large that they have to have 4 or 5. Hamilton High School in LA has 150 students, and there's no way in their ballet studio that I could see that many students in that one period. So they have to have several classes. Uh,
And
what time?
Rosa, if there's a school that you go to or like a place that you dance and you want us to come, definitely I'll put another email in the chat that you can email me to, and then we can get you, your organization or your school on the list so that you can take one of these classes.
But Rosa, don't worry. I mean, for this year, don't worry about me not seeing you in the master class. I won't notice you when you send your stuff in because I'm the person that just makes decisions on this. So don't worry about that. Um, Victoria, I believe you're asking what time classes start at CSSSA during the summer program. Is that what you're asking, or is the workshops you're asking about it? Yes. So it's a long day. So we start ballet at 9. And then you go into modern at 9 to 10:25. Well, actually, it's like 10:20 because we give you 10 minutes to change studios because there's 3 studios and each one of them serve a different purpose. And then you might go into modern at 10:30, and then you'll have lunch. And we usually have lunch at 12. And then you'll come back to probably contemporary, or you'll come back to student choreography where you'll have 2 of the faculty members guide you in composition. And then from that class, you'll choose who gets to create compositions on each other. And then you'll come back for maybe hip hop or another elective. And then the evenings from usually 5:30 to 7, 5:30 to 7:30, I'm sorry, 6 to 7:30 or 6 to 8, you're with me. And then after that, you're free.
Wonderful. And do you do stuff on the weekends, Gregory? Like, is it?
Yeah, I'm Angelina. I remember Angelina. Um, yes. Usually on the weekends, we have hip hop, point work with variation, and sometimes point work happens in the during the week as well because during the week I have a creative partnering class and a creative process class along with me teaching ballet and then creating. We have special guests coming in too this year as well. They're not finalized yet. We usually have special guests to come in to work with the students.
And if there are any more questions, drop them in the chat or you can unmute and ask. Gregory, maybe you can talk about some of the special guests that have come in the past.
Well, I'll talk about last year. Last year I have a company. It came in. Sidra Bell came in. We had Mike Tyus, who's a choreographer in LA. He does wonderful work. Sidra Bell's from New York, and she's done work on New York City Ballet, and she has her own company as well. This year we're having a Horton teacher come in to guest for some guest classes. She was the director of Oakland School of the Arts, and now she's LA based. And then we have a Graham teacher coming in as well. And then Paul Taylor's in the mix. Um, and we'll have another guest hip hop teacher as well. And then, of course, Jessica, you'll be doing improv.
So fun. uh, Another question, if you were on Demi Point a year ago, can you keep building on that skill at CSSSA?
Oh yeah, totally, totally. But Demi Point is just without point shoes. So you if you've not had over 2 years of point work, Chiharu Shibata, who's our ballet teacher and point teacher, will not allow you to go on point. Um, but Demi Point, you could do point class on Demi Point, of course. Um, on the first day of CISA, does your our parents come drop? Yes, your parents can drop you off. There's a whole assembly that day, so you register, and then you go have lunch, and you meet all your cohorts at a specific place, and then we have an assembly, or it's just an assembly basically, in the main hall in the building at Cal Arts. And then after the director speaks, he directs you to go to a specific spot, and we meet at the Lund Theater, which is where we usually have our initial talk with the department. You're separated from your parents at that point, so you come and talk to me, and your parents are stepping back. And then after that initial talk, you go back to your parents, and then you guys. I think there's something happening in the evening,
Yeah.
a barbecue of some sort, and then your parents leave, and then you're all hours for 4 weeks.
Yes, he says a great opportunity for you to, try out kind of the higher education lifestyle, live like a college student while you're still in high school. For a lot of our students, it's their first time away from home. And if you're, anxious about that or hesitant, you deal with homesickness or anything, we have counselors that are on staff for
Aw-
you.
Awesome counselors that are on
Amazing counselors. We've had two in the past. Next year, there's going to be three. So lots of support for you, lots of mental health support in case you need to talk to somebody. We have a quiet room in case you get kind of overstimulated and you need to go somewhere and just kind of chill out for a second. We have all of that. So your needs, your mental health needs will be met. Your physical needs will be met. We have a 24-hour nurse on call in case anything happens. So, tell your parents that you'll be well taken care of. And if there are parents on this call, your child will be well taken care of. Any other questions? Drop them in the chat.
we grew, I see, huh? To 12. That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, it's not PT. You'll have what is called gyrotonics. Um, and it's a body nurturing, yay, yes, a body nurturing therapy form. And it'll be live. And then one of the field trips this year is to go to the instructor's studio to work on the towers.
ooh, wow, that's great. Wonderful. Any other questions? Can you talk a little bit, Gregory, about the final showing before graduation?
Um, yes, we like to call it a demonstration because at CISA, it's about process and about working and not having to have that performative pressure. But at the end of each session, guest choreographers come in and they create work. Each of our faculty members create work, and Chiharu might do a point variation if the students are feeling that they want to do that. And there are 4 student choreographies selected. So there might start out to be 10 student choreographers, and then we have a whole showing of the works, and then the student body and the instructors get to select the works going to be shown in the demonstration. It's pretty popular. Most of the theater that we rehearse in and perform in, or demonstrate in, is a black box theater. It's a lovely theater. It's called the Lund Theater, and it seats about 120 people.
Mm.
And so that final showing is on the last Thursday of the session. That whole last week of CSSSA is just like a whirlwind of activities because all of the departments are really demonstrating on what they've been working on for the semester, and it's just such an amazing thing to see. Yes, the field trips are Disneyland, the Getty, and there'll be a theater, something to go to at a theater. And there's usually one more, isn't there, Jessica? Oh,
Um, there's only three of like field trips that everybody can go to, and then
yeah.
some departments will do their own specific field trips. Like Gregory mentioned, dance will probably do their own department field trip. And this year for the show that we'll see in the Amundsen, I think it's going to be Clue.
Okay. Won't be going to that one.
Just took a look at the schedule. I was like, oh, okay. But some people love that one. And if
Yeah.
you love it, go to the field trip. And then if you're not somebody that, or if you're somebody that doesn't want to do the field trips, there's lots of recreational activities for you to take part in when you're not in classes. We do game nights, movie nights, craft nights, or you can just hang out with your friends. You can go to the pool in Chenard. There's lots of stuff to do while you're still on campus as well.
It'd be interesting for me to know where everyone comes from. So if you could give that information, you can give it to Jessica, and then Jessica will give it to me.
Yeah, if you don't feel like putting it in the chat, I put my email into the chat, Jessica at CSSSA F for outreach. If you want to email me, let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what school your student is in. Let me know, and we can keep it going.
The parents can go to the assembly. It's recommended that they go to the assembly. But the graduation is not. They're not. You won't see your parents until after you've graduated, and there's a final. Oh, Katie, you're from SDSCPA, so you did take the workshop. Yeah, the parents are recommended to come to the final assembly, which is in the main hall again, as the first assembly is.
And we have somebody asking about the demonstration that you did last year. Is there any video documentation that we could see or that they could see that came out from 2023?
There is, but I don't think that I have the right to show it to someone who's not in it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I would have to talk to Matthew about that.
The director of our program. And yeah, no, parents don't usually go to the final showing.
They go to the final showing. So,
Any
yeah.
of these showings. Parents are allowed in the that first assembly that Gregory talked about, the kind of opening barbecue. There's usually music afterwards for parents to enjoy as well. You drop off your kids, and then when you pick them up, that's the time that you can go to that last assembly, the final address by our director, Matthew Gallagher.
Um, uh, oh, I remember Angelina. I totally remember her. Um, 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 Bank, no, I'm blanking on her names right now. The hip hop teacher, Ernest, is still working with the editing the last year's video.
And we took lots of pictures from last year that are on our Instagram account and on the CISA website. So if you want to see images from the last year, you can go to our socials or go to the website and see those.
And Lulu, I did contact Sonoma Academy, but they never responded to me. So I write a lot of schools, and if they don't respond, I have to move on to other schools.
We have another
No,
question.
not get to see the final demonstration. The demonstration is for the student body, the dance department, and other students in the program in the different departments. The whole purpose of CISA is for students to really hone in on their voices, and it's a community of artists consumptions consuming each other's works. It's not about any external energy at all. It's only about the student body and the professionals that they're working with.
And every department is like that with their showings or their demonstrations. And it's not that parents aren't allowed on the campus ever. If you're coming to pick up your child, signing them out over the weekend, you can definitely come on campus. And sometimes we do like an alumni and family day where parents and friends and other alumni from the school can, or from CISA can come on campus and enjoy different activities, or there will be open lectures or demonstrations for them to come to. But that usually will be very apparent when that is, if we're going to hold that again. Any other questions? Let us know. Any burning questions? Anything else that we haven't gone through that you would like to know about?
And but if you do, if you find when we've closed this Zoom meeting, you can email Jessica and she'll ask me.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my email once more in the chat just so that it's fresh. And then for any financial aid related questions, comments at
Yeah,
CSUN.
stress out about the financial aid. Just go to it, fill it out, and then get it done.
That application deadline is coming up, and the
Yeah.
sooner you submit, the more you breathe easier. Don't wait until that last minute.
And also, if you submit sooner, if there's an issue, then the office will let you know that there's an issue and they can get back to you.
Yeah. If you have any questions or anything, the sooner you submit, the better. That's what we say. At least a week before, submit as early as you can.
Well, I mean, it's great that you guys came to this informative because it even um, honed me in on what I need to work on with this this display we have here on the 4 minutes instead of 2 minutes. Um, don't stress out about the application process. It's just really simple. And there was another aspect on this process as well, but I kind of got rid of it. I just need to know a little bit about you. Don't stress out on writing, huge dissertations, um, and finish the process as soon as you possibly can. So if there's an issue, because I can tell you by experience, each year there is it's going to be an issue. And if you love dance, it's going to show through.
Definitely. Definitely. And thank you everyone for putting where you're coming from in the chat. We'll try to do outreach to all of these different places and make sure these schools and these programs know about CISA and see if we can get a master class going or an info session or something so that you have the opportunity to learn about CISA IRL. And yeah, if there are no other questions, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you so much, Gregory, for giving of your time and answering these questions. And we hope all of you submit your applications very soon. And we see you at CISA in 2024. Yay! Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you soon. Oh, Gregory, you're muted. You want to say it one more time?
Thank you, guys. I've been talking this whole time and no one's heard a word I said. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.